Hello there, mathletes. Welcome back to Math Jamboree. In this video, we have another AP Precalculus type of a question from the topic of Analytic Study of Lines. Let's solve this question together. Find the slope x and y intercepts of the following lines. A is given as y equals negative 2x plus 7. B is 3x plus 4y minus 12 is equal to 0. C is x minus 4 equals y plus 1. And E is y equals 1. And E is x equals negative 3. So we're trying to find the slope. Let me talk about this before we start. Y equals mx plus b. When y is by itself, the number in front of the x is the slope. So our goal is to isolate the y. To find the x-intercepts, we give 0 to y. To find the y-intercepts, we give 0 to x, okay? So, based on these, slope and x-intercepts and the y-intercepts. You know what, actually, I would like to write them in different color so that each step, I will just choose a different color. So I'm gonna show you x-intercept in the color red. I'll show you this one in the y-intercept on this x-intercept and y-intercept. Okay. Let's find the slope in color blue. The A in the choice A, we're just given as negative 2x plus 7. And the number in front of the x is the slope, right? So we can just say that m is equals to negative 2. And choice B, we're given 3x plus 4y minus 12. We would like to isolate the y. So we'll just take away 3x and add 12 both sides of these equations. So that becomes 4y equals negative 3x plus 12. And divide both sides by 4 now. And the y will be equals to negative 3 over 4x plus 3. So then the slope will be equals to the number in front of the x, which is negative 3 over 4. Okay, 4b. For the c, let's separate them. For c, we'll just take away 1 from both sides. And our equation will becomes x minus 5 is equals to y. Y is by itself, and the number in front of the x, which is 1. The slope is 1 for this one. And for this type of questions, D and E, I'd like to show you another method. I call this slope man. The slope man will tell you about the slopes. If the line goes from left bottom to right top, its slope is positive. If it is from this way, right bottom to left top, it's negative. If it's like exactly horizontal, like it's math, it's 0. And if it's like vertical, we call this undefined. That's one of the things. Another thing is I want to mention, I'm trying to use my space as efficient as possible. So this is x-axis, this is y-axis, and y equals 1. y equals 1, it's here, y equals 1, and this is positive 1. And the slope of y equals 1 is then, according to slope man, and this is a horizontal line, then the slope will be equals to 0. You can also think this way, y equals 0x plus 1. The number in front of the x is the slope, remember? So you can just solve it this way. For the e, x equals negative 3. X equals negative 3. This is going to be a vertical line. Negative 3 is here. And there is no y. And if it's a vertical line, I mean, that's why in this case, if there is no y, we call this undefined. If the line is exactly vertical line, the slope of that line is undefined. So the slope is undefined. Let me correct this a little bit, make it nicer. Undefined. Alright, let's change the color red now to find the x-intercepts of these. To find the x-intercepts, what do? We give 0 to y. So in the equation, 0 is equals to negative 2x plus 7. Take away 7. So negative 7 is equals to negative 2x. Divide both sides by negative 2. Then our x-intercept will be 7 over 2. So the x is 7 over 2. So y-intercept. Y is, in the x-intercept, y value is 0. As an order pair, you can write this as 7 over 2, comma 0. And in the choice B, our equation is here. We'll just give 0 to y and solve for the x. 0 is equals to negative 3 over x. 4 plus 3, take away 3. I'll continue on this side. So negative 3 is equals to negative 3 over 4x. To get the x by itself, they multiply by negative 3 over 4. You can divide by negative 3 over 4, or you can multiply by its reciprocal. Multiply both sides by negative 4 over 3. Multiply, let me show you that in a different color. Multiply both sides by negative 4 over 3, negative 4 over 3. These cancel each other out. Continue with the red. Negative times negative is positive. 3 cancels this 3 out. And it's positive 4. The x is positive 4. So our point is 4 and 0. Our x-intercepts. On this one, the equation is here, y equals x minus 5, and we'll just give 0 to y. So this becomes x minus y equals 0. Add 5 to both sides to find the value of 5x. So x is 5, which means that our x coordinates is 5 and 0. Let's put these in boxes. And this one, y equals 1. Imagine this line. This line, y equals 1. Is this line going to ever intersect with the x-axis? No. So there is no x-intercept, because it's parallel. X equals negative 3 is intersecting with the x-axis on negative 3. So This is obviously by itself, so you can just say that -3 and 0 for the x-intercepts. Just gonna try to squeeze in the y-intercepts on the bottom. To find the y-intercept, we'll just give 0 to x, remember. In this given equation, if you will just substitute 0 for x, y equals -2 times 0 plus 7, y will become 7. So which means that the point 0 and 7 is the y-intercept for the A. Over here, we're just going to give 0 to x, y equals -3 over 4 times 0 plus 3. This cancels each other out and y becomes 3. So our y-intercept is 0 and 3. And this one, y equals x minus 5, remember the original equation. So when you substitute 0 for x, this becomes 0 minus 5 equals y, which is y is -5. So the point is 0 and -5 for the y-intercept. And we'll continue with this y-intercept. This line is intersecting with the y-axis on exactly on 1. So the point is 0 and 1. And for this, x equals -3 is parallel to y-axis, and it will never intersect with y-intercepts. That's why there is no y-intercept. So this is all about it. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you have questions or comments, you can always leave it below there. Thank you and see you next time. Bye-bye.